If you have any sort of discontent with the way Stalker 2 runs, you might want to add more visible patches, have mutant loots, or whatever the case may be, you'll probably find yourself heading off to Nexus pretty fairly often. However, in the past day or so, some of these add-ons may not be what you think they are, and may have a malicious intent. This add-on, simply known as Stalker 2 Multiplayer, is one such shining example that you shouldn't download or touch everything you see. I was going to check the actual page as of recording this to see if anybody downloaded it, viewed it, whatever, but it seems like it's taken down. The description just says, beta mod to add multiplayer. Underneath the changelogs, there's a good bit of information which is interesting to read as it goes. Maximum number of simultaneous connections test set to 100. Commands for chat / fly enables flight mode. Known error in which the player cannot spawn in other players when in the air. Helps re-entry to the stream zone on foot. /TP111 teleports the player to the specified coordinates. How to launch correctly. Run s2mplauncher.exe in the open window. Open the game by the path, and then it gives you the actual path. So yes, as we continue to look at the mod, if you want to call it that, it was last updated the 5th of December on 11:12 a.m. So, and underneath where it says virus scan, it says some suspicious files. Okay, so how is this malicious? For anybody new to the series, new to Stalker, new playing Stalker 2 for the very first time, not very up to date, they would have to understand that multiplayer is not a current feature. It's something that GSC is planning on adding for free later on down the line. There will never be such a huge number of connections like that anyway. And you're definitely not going to get it off of Nexus. And right now, where the best mod we have is editing some numbers in a script or something, like nothing mind-blowing at all, you're not going to get anything near close to multiplayer. So this would never happen. Not in a million years. Well, maybe a couple years. But no. I'd have to say, if we're getting the X-Ray multiplayer experience mod, then yeah, it's possible. But I mean, this game just came out, you know what I mean? So if you see shit like this, don't touch it, report it. Don't even look at it, Put it out of your mind, report it, that's it. But anyway, yeah, if this was any other game, any other franchise, any other series, then yeah, you'd probably have multiplayer from the get-go, but, we've had our fair bits of, bumps in the road, so to speak. It's been a bumpy launch, right? So we're not having multiplayer right out of the box, which is somewhat understandable. But for those of you that are up to date, that know the majority of information that we have at this time, you'd understand that this is just immediately not to be trusted. Honestly, I saw a few screenshots of this a few hours ago. I heard a little bit about it, but I didn't really pay it much mind because I just assumed it there wouldn't be much credence to this. It wouldn't gain traction or anything, but, apparently it fucking is for some reason. So, I guess I figured I'd cover it. It's stupid, really. It shouldn't get this far, but I suppose if it does, then there may as well be some actual coverage of it for those that are new. And for the actual multiplayer that GSC will be giving us, it will be fairly basic game modes. For example, deathmatch, team deathmatch, team-based modes like a 5v5, 6v6, something like that. Really, really basic 2000s shooters, okay? Nothing insane like 64v64, 32v32, none of that shit, okay? They don't feel like that's the way they're supposed to go. I guess they just want to carry on that tradition of the earlier Stalker games having that those basic modes. They don't want to deviate from that formula, so hey, more power to them. That's understandable. It would have been nice to have like a multiplayer PvP arena, actually use the arena and have people fighting against each other. That was a very cool fucking feature that somebody thought of and commented, and I was like, hey, you know what? Yeah, that sounds pretty cool, but I really don't think we're gonna get anything like that. And if we do, it's not gonna be anything official from GSC. So we're just sticking to the basic modes our basic bread and butter, vanilla, nothing, nothing game breaking like that. So to put it simply, the best way I can, we're gonna have basic mods for a good while. Okay, GSC has said that they will support modders, mod makers, whatever you want to call them, which is good for a company to do that, for there to be modding support as the game releases. That's always good. We could have an uphill battle the entire time, but no, we're not. Okay, they said they're going to work with modders, they're going to work with the community, it's going to be good. But it's only been like what, 2-3 weeks since the game was released, so we're just now releasing, right? There's only been 3 or 4 updates since the game's launch. It's quite honestly just baby steps from here. Eventually, I'm sure, maybe in a few months, few years, whatever, whenever they feel like it's adequate to do it, we'll get the SDK, and then shit will actually be happening. So we'll actually have real mods, like an actual overhaul. Not that I really enjoy that word. They use overhaul and dynamic way too fucking much. If you've ever spent years of your life downloading these mods, there's a few buzzwords you'll pick up on, and I hate seeing that fucking shit, because it's just, oh man, just come up with something new. Okay, but anyway, we're gonna have to be waiting for a long time for this, most likely. I mean, the game itself isn't even patched. It's not really optimized. It's not running the best. So there's an order of priority that should be taken here. So we need the original game, running well, to remove the bugs. Make it run better, optimize it. Maybe get some A life in there. That'd be nice. Just shit like that, and just move down the list. Eventually, after all the major stuff is done, release multiplayer, and that's it, right? So we have the official multiplayer. We won't have shit like this. So all I can say is I just hope that happens sometime soon, and there's just more information going forward. That way, malicious things like this can be avoided, because this can definitely hurt someone. Somebody new, somebody that doesn't know what they're doing, somebody that never modded before. They just download this, like, oh, you know what? Hey, I think I'll check this out, and boom, your computer is now a fucking crypto miner. It's bricked. You can't use it anymore. Shit like that. So hey, hopefully this gets out there and it informs those that should be informed. And I just hope we practice some safety going forward.